Teaching moment. I have received countless messages, let's focus on the future and forget about past history. Why is it important for Africans to study history? I've had continental Africans tell me that studying ancient African history is futile because the ancestors are dead and gone, therefore it has no useful motive to the liberation of Africa. First of all, we must understand that Africa, and the diaspora, is in the current predicament because of the lack of the knowledge of self, and what we do for ourselves ultimately depends on what we think of ourselves. Thus, without a universal society with knowledge of self and self-respect, your nation is doomed to be enslaved to the nations with knowledge of self and self-respect. Learning your history is critically imperative because it allows you to recognize the errors you formed. Africa, and the diaspora, is making the same mistakes over and over that they made for centuries because they don't study African history. Africa needs a role model, and history allows for a role model to manifest. Most Africans on the continent are brainwashed into self-hatred, which then puts the subconscious into a state of inferiority alongside Arabs and Europeans. The average continental African just wants to move to America or Europe to build the nations of the European instead of staying to build the motherland up. The average continental African can't envision a powerful technologically advanced Africa because they have no historical role model of it. History is not just the past. It's also the future. Study your history to discover who you are and build your future accordingly.